Once there lived a newly wedded couple, who lived in a small farm. They were very poor. The man had no job, except for a little farm. So, one day, the man said to his wife, "My love, I have to leave this farm, and go to the city to search for a job, so I can earn enough to give you a comfortable life that you deserve." He continued, "I do not know when I will be back. I want you to wait for me," he said. The man left his home and went to the city in search of a job. He walked so many days before he was able to get a job. Before he started the job, he discussed the terms of his wages. He told his boss, "Let me work as long as I want, and when I think I should go home, please relieve me of my duties. I do not want to receive any salary during my work time. Please save it with you. So, when I'm relieved from my duties, I will have enough to take care of my family." His boss agreed. The man started the job. He worked hard, and never gave excuses or complaints to his boss. Years went by. After 20 years, the man came to his boss and said to him, "Sir, I want to leave. I have to return home now. Can I have all my wages?" His boss replied, "Sure, but before you go, I want to give you an offer." The man asked, "What is the offer?" His boss said to him, "Here is the offer, you need to think wisely before you choose." The man replied, "Yes, sir." His boss said, "This is the offer. I will give you all your money and send you away, or I will give you these 3 pieces of advice and send you away, without money. Choice is yours to make." The man asked for time to think. He thought about it for 2 days. He thought of going home with the 3 pieces of advice, and losing all his hard-earned money. At last, he decided and went to his boss. He said, "I want the 3 pieces of advice." His boss reminded him that if he asked for the 3 pieces of advice, then he will not be going home with money. The man replied, "I have lived with you, and have learnt everything from you. That is enough. I shall make a good life with all the experience. I only want the 3 pieces of advice." His boss then gave him the 3 pieces of advice. 1. Never take shortcuts in your life. Shorter or unknown paths can cost your life. 2. Never be too curious, for curiosity towards evil can be deadly. 3. Never make decisions in the moment of anger or pain, because when you are calm, it may be too late. After the 3 pieces of advice, his boss handed him 3 loaves of bread, and said, "2 of these are for you to eat during your journey home, and the last one is packed separately for your wife. Eat it with her when you get home." The man thanked his boss and left for his home. On the first day of his journey, he met an old man, who greeted him and asked, "Where are you going?" The man replied, "To my home, and it will take 20 days to get there." The old man said, "Oh, this path is too long. I know of a shortcut that is safe for you to get to your destination in 5 days." The man wanted to reach his home fast, so he followed the path the old man showed him. But he remembered the advice he received from his boss, so he returned to their previous path, and take the long path. Days later, he got to know that the shortcut, which he wanted to take, was a path used by robbers to trick people, ambush the travelers, and cart away with all their belongings. So after days of walking, he found an inn by the roadside. He went into the inn to rest for the night, because he was worn out. He paid for a room. As he laid down to sleep, he jerked as he heard a terrifying scream outside. He decided to go outside to check, but he was about to open the door. He remembered the second piece of advice, and returned to sleep. The next day, he asked the owner of the lodge if he heard the terrifying scream outside last night. He confirmed it. The owner asked, "Did you go out last night to check the reason of the scream?" The man replied, "No." The owner asked again, "Were you not curious?" The man replied again, "No." At this point, the owner of the lodge said, You are one of the few guests who are lucky to leave this inn alive. We heard that at night, terrifying screams are heard. Only the curious guests who went out were nowhere to be found." The man was saved again. He thanked God for his mercies upon his life and continued his journey. Finally, he saw his home from afar. So when he got close to his home, it was night. He saw some lightings coming out of the window of his house. He saw his wife, but she was not alone. She was gently caressing a young man's hair. When the man saw that scene, his heart was filled with anger and pain. He wanted to act without thinking. He remembered the third advice, and stopped himself. He decided to sleep outside the house, so as to calm down in order to make the right decision. In the morning, as he got up, he thought, "I will not kill my wife, and the man I saw yesterday. I will go back to my boss and work there, for the rest of my life. But before I leave, I want to tell my wife that I have been faithful to her all these years." As the man he got to the door and knocked. His wife opened the door. She recognized him and cried. She embraced him warmly. With tears coursing down his face, he asked, "Who was that man I saw you with yesterday?" His wife replied, "Oh, that is your son. When you left, I discovered that I was pregnant. Today, he is 20 years old." The man was happy that he did not overreacted. He thanked God for helping him make wise choices in life. He was also happy for accepting the 3 pieces of advice from his boss. The man embraced his son after his wife introduced him to his son as his father. Later, the man told them about his boss and the 3 pieces of advice. He then gave his wife the last loaf that was packed separately for her. As his wife broke the bread, she felt something hard, and as she looked inside, she saw that the bread contained gold coins. So she showed her husband the gold coins. Her husband was astonished and shouted, "Oh! How is it possible?" His wife was surprised and asked, "What is it?" The man said, "I thought I wouldn't be coming home with money, but just the 3 pieces of advice. Ah! This is all I have earned for 20 years. His wife smiled and said, "That is enough. I am happy that we will live together again." The man was so happy to be with his family again, and able to give them the comfort they deserved. His 20 years of hard work and dedication had paid him. Proverbs, chapter 2, verse 11-12 says, "Wise choices will watch over you. Understanding will keep you safe. Wisdom will save you from evil people, from those whose words are twisted." So, make wise choices as you ask God for His guidance today. Hope you enjoy this video. I would love to hear your thoughts on this video. Please do put your comments on the section below and I will get back to you. Thanks. Stay blessed.